Alright, McFluffy52 here, bringing you some more Brothers War action. Today I have an extra fun-packed deck with all the kind of coolest cards from Brothers War, and we're trying to get them all out onto the battlefield at the same time with the power of Reanimator. Now, if you enjoy MTG arena videos and want more Brothers War videos, make sure to subscribe down below for more videos to come, and let's hop into the deck tech now. So this deck is an Azorius Reanimator deck, and we basically have everything that you could want stuffed in there. So we have Portal to Phyrexia, Cityscape Leveler, one with the Multiverse. We also have Urza Planeswalker meld, which we can potentially also get off in this deck. Now, the real kind of card that I was excited to play with this deck, and I have actually a full playset of, is one with the Multiverse. This card is really kind of fun because it says you may look at the top card of your library at any time, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. So that's nice because you can keep the value going from the top of your deck even if you don't have cards in your hand. And then also, once during each of your turns, you may cast a spell from your hand or the top of your library without paying its mana cost. Now, it's only once during each turn, so you're kind of limited in the value you can get off, but this can be huge if it means you play one with the Multiverse and then play Portal to Phyrexia in the same turn, or something crazy like that. And so that's kind of the idea with this one with the Multiverse Reanimator deck, the Reanimator deck. We also have Cityscape Leveler in here. It's one of the big colorless cards from Brothers War. 8 mana, 8/8 trample. When you cast it, as well as when it attacks, destroy up to one target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a tapped Power Stone token. So this can be removal while also being an amazingly big body. So that's how we're going to be closing out the games most of the time, is attacking in with Cityscape Leveler. This is kind of our source of damage. It also serves as removal. Now, in terms of other removal, we also have Portal to Phyrexia, the other big colorless card from Brothers War. 9 mana. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures at the beginning of your upkeep. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It is a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. So this means that we can play this, the opponent sacrifices 3 creatures, and then we can start reanimating our Cityscape Levelers, or maybe getting back Urza Lord Protector, or getting back whatever we managed to remove from the opponent's deck with Cityscape Leveler, or remove from their battlefield with Cityscape Leveler or Portal to Phyrexia. We also have, in terms of removal, talking about removal, the Mightstone and the Weakstone. When it enters the battlefield, choose one. We can either draw 2 cards, or target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. So this is going to be serving as our other source of removal, so to try and keep us in there a little bit, and also ramp us, because it says tap to add 2 colorless. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. So this is only going to ramp us into our Cityscape Levelers and our Portals Phyrexia, but it's nice to have. It also combos with obviously Urza Lord Protector. Urza Lord Protector, 3 mana, 1 generic, 1 white, 1 blue. It's a 2/4. Artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So this helps to keep all of our discount a lot of our spells besides Modern Age and one with the Multiverse, because everything else is either an instant, sorcery, or artifact spell. And then we can also pay 7 if you control both Urza Lord Protector and an artifact named the Mightstone and the Weakstone. Exile them and then meld them into Urza Planeswalker, activate only as a sorcery. And then Urza Planeswalker, big, amazing. You may activate loyalty abilities of Urza Planeswalker twice each turn rather than once, so we can get extra value out of this Planeswalker. And then +2 artifact instant sorcery spells cost less 2 to cast this turn. You gain 2 life. The +1 is draw 2 cards and then discard a card, so we can kind of keep that discard, draw discard going potentially, which is nice. The +0 is create 2 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. This helps flood the board and defend Urza. And then we can also potentially take it down 3 to exile target non-land permanent. So this can be very important spot removal if there's something in particular the opponent has that is causing us troubles. And then the -10 is artifacts and planeswalkers you control gain indestructible until end of turn, destroy all non-land permanents. So big sweeper if you get to that +10, which is possible if you get it onto the battlefield, take it up twice, and then take it down the next turn. But that's not necessarily what we'll be doing with it. It's just a really good card. If you can meld it, it can help you win games pretty much on the spot, I would say. But hey, you can lose with it. I've played against opponents. I haven't surrendered against it sometimes, and then you do have a chance to win. So that's where all the other big cards come into play. Now, in order to actually reanimate spells, we need them in the graveyard. So we have a ton of draw discard. We try to pick the best draw discard in these colors that also sort of fit with the kind of themes of the deck. So we have Faithful Mending, probably one of the better ones. It's an instant 1 white, 1 blue, gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, and then discard 2 cards. So this can help us get multiple cards into the graveyard. It doesn't really net us a card, but it also has flashback, so we can keep it going, which is one of the nicer features of Faithful Mending, that flashback. So if you have nothing else to do, we can flashback it, gain 2 more life, and get even more cards into our graveyard. We have Modern Age for our other 2-drop. It just is a saga. The first 2 chapters are draw a card and then discard a card, and then it flips into a 2/3 flyer. So this helps to potentially block things, and over the course of 2 turns, draw, discard 2 cards. Next, Stern Lesson. This is from Brothers War. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Create a tapped Power Stone token. So these Power Stones, again, help us ramp into our expensive artifacts or any sort of artifacts, which is very nice, or activate abilities, that can help us activate Urza Lord's meld ability. Next up, Thirst for Knowledge. Draw 3 cards and then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. So we have artifact cards. We can potentially make use of that discard 1 card, or if we want to, we can instead choose to discard 2 cards if we want to get 2 brilliant, or like 1 with the multiverses into the graveyard or something like that. And then in terms of reanimation, last up we have Repair Recharge, which is from also Brothers War. It's 3 generic, 2 white, return target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone token. So again, creating a Power Stone token can help us ramp into the other things. It can return artifact, enchantments, or planeswalkers. So it can't return Urza itself, which is a bit of a downside here instead of Invoke Justice, which is one of the other reanimation spells in white. But Invoke Justice costs 4 white mana, or 4 white pips, if you would say. And so that's why we're going with Repair and Recharge. It can return 1 with a multiverse because this is enchantments, and can return any of these because this is artifacts. Now, going along with that same artifact enchantment return, we have Brilliant Restoration. This is kind of the baller card that we want to hit. If we can return 1 with a multiverse, Brilliant Restoration lets us return basically everything else, and potentially do it for free with 1 with a multiverse. It's 7 mana, 4 white pips, 3 generic. So this is a bit of a tough one to get off, but it is huge in this deck, because that means we're returning probably multiple 1 with the multiverses, or multiple Cityscape Levelers, or multiple Worlds of Phyrexia. We're getting tons of value out of it, because we're getting at least like 2 8-drops, 2 9-drops, or something like that, right? So that is it for the cards. For the lands, we have as many dual lands as we had. I would definitely say you want more Deserted Beaches and Adarkar Wastes if you can, but I subbed in some Tranquil Cove so that we can hopefully reach those white pips necessary to cast Brilliant Restoration. The nice thing is Urza also helps discount these spells, so hopefully they're not quite as expensive. And let's go ahead and hop into some ranked games. I've played 2 unranked games with this deck. It was a lot of fun. That's the main reason I want to play this deck, is it's so many fun cards from Brothers War stuffed into a deck, and it can actually win games, especially if our opponent fails to really curve out. That's basically what we're going to need. Is we're going to need an opponent that doesn't curve out well, or we're going to need our deck to hit that 5 mana reanimation. No just draw discard here, so we're just going to go ahead and mulligan that one. And then we do have draw discard. If we want to keep Cityscape Leveler to discard or keep Mightstone and Weakstone, we're going to go ahead and just keep this. 3 lands, that's a decent start. Most of our cards are like, our curve is not low. So, unfortunately, we drew not into quite what we wanted, but hey, this stuff will work. That is going to basically end our game on the spot here, I think. But Urza at least can trade Thalia and keep our spells at the same cost. Opponent playing probably legendaries with something like Plaza Heroes, so don't know what exactly they're up to, but we're gonna go ahead pass turn here. No intention of attacking in. They probably are looking to attack in with Adeline. Yep. We can block Adeline here, but I'm not entirely sure we want to let them accumulate tokens. We'll go ahead and trade the token, or kill the token. And I think we're going to cast this. Cards in graveyard cannot be the target of spells or abilities. Okay, so that ruins half our reanimation. The other half, we can get Brilliant Restoration off, which is a potentially good thing. And we can still hit... So we're going to need to ramp into Brilliant Restoration, because this says target, so that kind of is ruined as a spell. Go ahead, pass turn. Got one with a Mightstone and Weakstone. We could just kill Dennick with Mightstone and Weakstone next turn. Opponent here casting even more problems for us with Shieldred. Go ahead, discard a card. We don't need 2 Mightstone and Weakstones. Although I think Shieldred might be the bigger problem here, honestly. We're gonna go ahead and block Dennick, maybe? Shieldred puts us as a huge risk here. We need to get rid of Shieldred, because that just stops the whole draw discard plan on the on the whole, I guess you would say. Get rid of it. Oh yeah, our opponent has drawn quite the set of cards, just straight up hose us with Dennick, Thalia, Shieldred. This is not looking good for us. Don't know if I really want to tank that much more damage. We're gonna go for this. What would be really good is Mightstone and Weakstone. Well, we can merge, but then that leaves us with not much in Yeah, we need to get rid of Dennick here. We're gonna merge Urza. If we merge Urza, though, we can't cast this Faithful Mending, so we'll go ahead and cast this Faithful Mending beforehand. And then we could go ahead and discard one with the Multiverses here, I think is what we're going to want to do. Wait, we can cast Cityscape Leveler? That's huge. Actually, hold on, that changes everything. I think that changes everything here. We can get Cityscape Leveler down and blow up Dennick. Do we want to blow up Dennick? What is the right move here? Because we can merge the Planeswalker, create the blockers, but if they have a removal for the Planeswalker, then we're in a bit of a more problem. This discounts this. We're gonna go ahead and cast this first. Go ahead and get rid of Adeline or Danik. I think I'm gonna get rid of Adeline here because she's more damage, and then we can swing in next turn with the Cityscape Leveler and hopefully get what we want. They could plus of heroes here, which is actually something I didn't think about, and so that might actually... Yeah, that doesn't change absolutely anything here in terms of Cityscape Leveler. Blow up the Danik, return the... That's bold. They're just going for your death? Like, I don't understand. Yeah, that's fine by us. Unless they have like a... I want a creature floating and go for an SVA destroyers. That's fine. But Danik in the air is a problem. Repair and recharge for so much mana is also a problem. Maybe I didn't think through things enough. If we play Urza, we can play repair and recharge still, I think. No, we can't. So repair and recharge needs to use this. And these are... blow up Thalia here, maybe. But if we blow up Thalia, we don't have anything blocking. Alright, well, the question is, what do we look at the top deck? What's on top of our deck? And if, depending on what's on top of our deck, we might have a chance here. I think the right move is go ahead, repair and oh, shoot, I forgot the Portal to Phyrexia. Cancel. Alright, if we have the Portal to Phyrexia, what we're going to go ahead and do, attack in here. Do we want to blow up Danik? Because we don't have any response to things in the air. This is all a bit of a mess, honestly. Adeline's gonna create a bunch of creatures. Maybe we get rid of Adeline. Yeah, you can investigate. I don't care. Next to blockers, they can block with Danik if they want. Next to damage. Repair and recharge, I think, is what we're going to want to do. And we're going to pick up one with Multiverse. If we have another reanimation spell on top of our library, we're fine. If not, oh my goodness. Thalia taxing us is a little bit problematic. Thankfully, we can pay for the tax here. I think with the... No, I don't think we can. Okay, well, I think we're dead then. What does the battlefield look like? Yeah, they just keep one of their tougher creatures if I get the portal. I don't think we can win then. We could do Mightstone and Weakstone, but that's not anything good. Ah, man. One with the Multiverse? Ah, it's a land. Well, Urza we can cast for 0. That is death. Yeah, snore it up, bro. You're playing Esper Legends. It's not like you're exactly peak fun either. Alright, well, if we hit... There's some cards that we could hit off the top of our library there that could have saved us the game, but didn't unfortunately hit them. Because if we hit, like... I don't know why... Oh, you know what if we hit Cityscape Leveler, we would have survived off the top of our library. And if we didn't hit, no, we needed like an untapped land. No, we already played land. I don't know. It was a close game. It was fun though. We got to see the big spells in action, which is fun. Now this is gonna be a huge problem for us. Luckily, we have a Tranquil Cove to start, which will fix that little bit of damage we just took. But they're probably playing Felden here, right? With like 3 haste. Phoenix Drake. Okay, that's pretty bad. All the same. Play planes. Definitely, we do have Urza and Mightstone here, which is good. Our opponent will probably try and blow up Urza. They do have the lightning strike, but they don't have quite enough damage. They would have to have the enchantment. Here. Mightstone and Weakstone. We can remove something with Mightstone and Weakstone, which is probably the best option here. Could also Thirst for Knowledge, and then that sets us up. Yeah, we probably should Thirst for Knowledge. Our opponent concedes. I mean, hey. If they didn't have a response to our Urza, what we could have done there is it would have taken 2 turns, but we could play the island, play Thirst for Knowledge, draw 3, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact. We can discard the Portal Phyrexia. And then the next turn, we would be able to cast Repair and Recharge on the Portal Phyrexia, swipe 3 of their creatures, which I don't know if they would have been reached more than 3 creatures at that point. The nice thing is Urza also has 4 toughness, so it was able to escape the lightning strike there, which is pretty nice. Our opponent there, though, pretty insta concede, which was kind of strange. All right. Looking like a pretty good hand here, not gonna lie. Play Desert Beach. Starting less than turn 3. Oh my goodness. This is looking pretty good. Though I wish we had a little bit more early action. Our opponent's playing mono black. Razorlash Transmogrant. That's interesting. Go ahead, pass turn. We'll be discarding a 1 with a Multiverse here. Hopefully our opponent does not have any Cemetery or Graveyard Trespasser, I think it's called. That's fine. Hopefully they're not holding it up. They could be holding up because they know this color scheme that we're playing is pretty big on reanimation. Play that. There we go. Go ahead. Pass the turn. Next turn, we reanimate big time. You can discard both 1 with the Multiverses here, and we'll be a pretty decent position. Opponent here playing out some annoying creatures, but we should be able to tank them. Thankfully, they have no graveyard interaction at the moment. Go ahead, play both, or discard both of these. Oh no, we have not hit any lands. So this is where things are starting to become a little bit problematic. We're looking at 9 damage next turn. So we need to get rid of a creature. Go ahead and get rid of the Razorlash Transmogrant, because that doesn't have haste, like he can't dash it in. We just need to top deck a singular land. A singular land. Yep. That will do. That will do. That will do. 1 with Multiverse. No, we're gonna go ahead and play Cityscape Leveler here. And destroy that. Yep. Not a huge fan of it. It kind of hurts. Alright, we have 1 with a Multiverse. We can play Cityscape Leveler, repair and recharge another. Oh, no, 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 no. Yep, and we lose. Just slightly behind. If we top deck that land, would have actually won it. That was pretty close. That was pretty close. Our opponent didn't have like the most ideal start, but they had a pretty aggro start. They had 3 Um, 3/2 drops with 3 power, so that's pretty good. Alright, this hand's bad. No draw, discard. His hand isn't much better, but we'll go ahead and keep it. We'll get rid of 1 repair and recharge. This way we can potentially discard the Cityscape Leveler and reanimate it. Urza Lord Protector is nice because it discounts stuff. Our discounts are repair and recharge. Kind of sucks having these Adarkar Wastes because they're both shock lands. Our 2 shock lands that we have in the deck, we managed to draw. I will say for this deck, I don't know if it's the most competitive, or like it's really that competitive. You'd probably change up the brews some and like put a depopulate or 2 in there, and cut down, maybe like cut down your 1 with a multiverse, like cut down one with a multiverse and 1 like of the, what is another good card that you could get rid of? You'd probably get rid of another Cityscape Leveler, because the portals are somewhat better than them in the sense that they remove more cards, right? We'll go ahead and play this island in hopes that we can avoid playing these shock lands for a little bit. Doesn't make too much of a difference at this point because we at least have enough mana to cast Urza. Opponent is going to be quite the pain. Urza. Well, this is nice because we can actually go Mightstone and Weakstone next. Our opponent might have enough burn spells to kill Urza. It's unlikely, but it would be kind of annoying if they that it does raise the question of, do we want to block? Whenever they cast their yeah, okay. We can only cast 1 spell each turn. If we cast more than our first spell, or more than 1 spell, we will take 2 damage. Go ahead, block the 3. Avoid playing the Shockland, play Mightstone and Weakstone. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Bloodthirsty Adversary. I think that's the plan here. The next turn we can actually meld Urza if it survives. If it doesn't survive, though honestly we could play Cityscape Leveler, which is probably the better play. Keep Urza on the ground. Though, if we play Urza and we flood the board, that's probably a better pick. Yep, they can attack in. I think here we're just not going to block. There's no point in blocking. They probably have a burn spell, so if we block, Urza will definitely die. We can gain some life back once we get Urza melded. But yeah, our opponent probably has a burn spell for Urza if they wanted to. Opponent here, not quite ready for what is about to come, perhaps. Mechanized Warfare, okay. And you can do that if you want. We're gonna go ahead, swing with Urza. Bonk. Meld Urza. Swoop. Urza goes over here. This isn't the one that gives them trample, so we can go ahead and create these soldiers as blockers, and hopefully we can keep Urza around and then discount our Cityscape Levelers by like 4. And then blow up their Mechanized Warfare. Do they have an answer to Urza? Nice thing is etching of Kumano at least says only creatures, I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness, I'm right clicking on it. Yeah, you can see if this creature would if a creature dealt damage this turn, die. By source you control or dealt damage this turn by a creature or I can't read. You get the point. You can read. Opponent putting in quite a lot of work on our Planeswalker here. I'm not very happy with that, but should be fine. Artifact and sorcery spells cost 2 less to cast. We can do that twice here. Cast a Cityscape Leveler.
I am Urza Planeswalker.
I'm Urza Planeswalker.
This is the legacy of the throne.
This is the legacy of the throne. Wait, that, what the heck? That discounts everything for like the entire turn? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I didn't realize. I thought it was one spell. Artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 2. That's crazy. Opponent here using our mana that we gifted them so kindly to cast anything. That's one Cityscape Leveler. Bloodthirsty Adversary. They get to cast another shock from their graveyard, potentially, if they triggered it. What? Oh, they didn't have the mana for it anyways. Okay, cool. And then we'll go ahead, take this up once or twice. Should we take it up? We can remove something here. So if they... what is the move? We can attack in with a Cityscape Leveler. That can destroy one thing, and then we can play another. We'll just go ahead and get rid of their creatures if we can. And spook them with the power of, we'll get rid of etching here. I don't really want my stuff dying and getting exiled. Our opponent, not excited to see their second Cityscape Leveler. I don't think we could have screwed up there, even with the... We had a lot of different options there, but I don't think at that point we could have screwed up. And I think it's not a bad idea to at least take up Urza there so that it's harder for them to kill. So, did we have fun that match? I would say that was a pretty fun match. Now, I was gonna look at something. No, I can't think of what I was going to actually look at. So there we go. Secured our second win in ranked. So we kind of lost one, won one, lost one, won one, so very interesting. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents that lead to you trying new strategy. It's actually kind of true. Sometimes you do things differently and you find something kind of fun. Alright. I think this hand's pretty good. Got Urza. Brilliant Restoration is kind of a reanimation spell, even though it's far, far, far away. Opponent playing mono red, probably. There's such diversity. Oh, no, no, no. I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I eat my words. Rakdos. Plain old Rakdos. Okay. Hopefully I don't have to see more Blood Tide Harvesters. Please no. I don't want to play my Urza and watch it die as soon as I play it. Mechanized Warfare. Now that is crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so... Urza... We'll play Urza, because we have the Mightstone the following turn. We can kill Blood Tide Harvester with the Mightstone. If Urza survives. If Urza survives. If they have a Lightning Bolt, it's dead. Man, Mechanized Warfare is crazy. It's like such a fun card. The problem is it's an enchantment for me. If they made Mechanized Warfare an artifact, I would play this card. Like, I'd play the heck out of this card. Because I could put it into like a Kayla's Reconstruction deck. and kind of pop off that way. Is 'cause then you could find it with that. And sorry there, I got interrupted. Alright, dang, that is not good. We got rid of Urza, so now we have to actually... We'll go ahead and play Modern Age here, because this gives us at least 2 turns to potentially find... Like, 2 turns value, and then we can play Mightstone and Weakstone here. Sanguine Statue. It created a blood token, and they sacrificed it to Oni Cole. So, they sacrificed Blood Harvester? Oh, that's what they did. I think. Yeah, they played Sanguine Statuette. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention for that turn, so. It's been a bit of a mess. Oh, yeah, we're just dead. No, they're not going to kill us, actually. Crazy. We're just mostly dead. Nope, no mana to do that. We're still taking 7. Or 6. Draw, discard, portal to Phyrexia. Now, if we had one of those reanimation spells, we would actually be okay. That's unfortunate. If we had a repair and recharge in our hand instead of brilliant restoration, we could play that, wipe out some of their board. We'd still be dead. That was close. Go ahead, Faithful Mending maybe? Gains us some life. Discard. Stern Lesson. Oh, discard 2 cards, my bad. Stern Lesson, Thirst for Knowledge. And then discard, Thirst for Knowledge. Play this. The only artifact we have, wow. Alright, well. That is gonna be that. Opponent just swings in with whatever they have, and we are dead. Mechanized Warfare. Crazy. That card is crazy. Alright, I think I'm gonna play one more here and see if we can really pop off with our reanimation. We're not seeing many there we go. Faithful Mending. That's kind of what we want to see. Go ahead. I think we're gonna get rid of Mightstone and Weakstone here. We don't have Urza to really go with it. We have 4 of them in the deck. We only have 2 Urzas in the deck. Probably safe to play it that way. Play Planesir and then play Faithful Mending on their turn. Burn though. It's looking like mono red burn. Or burn of some sort. We'll see. Prowess. Okay, we're looking at Prowess. That's a little bit scary. Wait until they're end step. Music stopped. There we go. Boros Prowess? Yeah, this is a bit of a mess, but luckily we have the lands to keep curving up. We have Faithful Mending to keep digging and gaining life. So we're doing okay. There we go. We got a repair and recharge, so we can go ahead and wait until their turn. I'm gonna cast another instant. Cast Faithful Mending from our graveyard, or we could cast Thirst for Knowledge. I think we might go ahead and cast Faithful Mending to get rid of it before they somehow exile it. Angel of Fire Ignition. Now that is not what we want to see. Perhaps we play Stern Lesson here. And with Stern Lesson, we start a second Mightstone and Weakstone. Then we can play Mightstone and Weakstone on our turn and destroy their Guardian of New Benalia because it's -5/-5 instead of against Indestructible. As the one advantage of Mightstone and Weakstone is it's -5/-5. We'll be taking a bit of a chunk to the face, but we should be fine. And then the following turn, hopefully we top deck into another land, cross our fingers, hope to fly. My turn. Okay, that works for me. Go ahead, play this. Get rid of their Guardian of New Benalia before it grows too large for our Mightstone and Weakstone. So, if we assembled Urza, we'd be able to get rid of it because Urza's takedown is Exile. Dwarven Forge Chanter. So we got the other prowess stats. Fortunately for them, they do not have another, oh, they do have an Angel of Fire Ignition in hand. We're looking at a lot of pain here. What a Phyrexia. Oh gosh. Now that would be fun. And actually, I like fun. So we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a 1 with the Multiverse. This is partially why this card is so good, is we can just do this. Cast a better, more expensive spell. And boom. We're back in the game. For the time being. We need to gain some more life. Our opponent just scoops it up though. They don't want to see no more of our free spells and our reanimation. From there on out, we would have been reanimating a card. We would have been able to cast like a Cityscape Leveler, Portal of Phyrexia for free, like one of those for free. Wait, what did we have in our graveyard? Try to click on the graveyard. Okay, we didn't have another one with the Multiverse, but if we managed to find a one with the Multiverse, whew, that'd been fun. Okay, so although I know they said that was the last one, but that was so much fun, I'll play one more. But this last one might not turn out quite as good. And as this deck isn't particularly unique, but it's just I thought it would be fun to show off what it looks like if you just go all in on the reanimation and the biggest spells from Brothers War. Probably some of the biggest spells in Standard right now, period, as well. We have a 2-cost draw discard, which is pretty good. Go ahead, keep this hand. We drew into another land, which is even more crazy. This is going quite well. Our opponent playing Simic though, which is a bit concerning. Simic can remove enchantments, or not Simic in particular, but Green can remove enchantments relatively well. Play the Plains, play Modern Age, draw, discard one with Multiverse. Green also is decent with graveyards, I feel like. Topiary Stomper. That is a nice art for Topiary Stomper, I feel like. Let's just say, like, the standard art is not bad. I just like the background for that as well. Go ahead, discard this. Play Urza here? Or no, we'll wait until their turn and just play an instant. Probably Thirst for Knowledge. Get deeper into our deck faster. Well, that's a bit concerning, but we'll go ahead. Thirst for Knowledge. Ooh, I don't think I want to keep Brilliant Restoration, I'm not gonna lie. We'll get rid of Faithful Mending and Stern Lesson. Yeah. This works for me. We're going to be flipping our Modern Age over here very shortly. That's good. play this, and then I'm gonna actually, I think I'm gonna go for the Faithful Mending here. We'll do it on their turn. It doesn't make too much of a difference. At least I don't think so. The goal is to get as many expensive cards in our graveyard here very shortly, because what we'll do is next turn we'll play Repair and Recharge, return one with the Multiverse, then play Brilliant Restoration. Resolve. I think I'm gonna play the Faithful Mending in my hand. I do love me some Ren and Sud. I haven't seen that card in a while. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Good. Put these both into the graveyard. Alright, so we have a pretty good turn up ahead if we can survive. Our opponent is going to get their Topiary Stompers out and rolling, which would be terrifying. Giving it haste. We're probably going to get rid of their Tatiova so they can't go crazy with a Awake in the Woods. This is looking like an Awake in the Woods deck here. Yes, my turn. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my goodness. Discard a card. We'll go ahead and discard an island. How many? That's one. So we have one more free card left. Shoot. I kind of goofed. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of goofed. Because I wanted to do was get rid of the Tatiova. We're still staring down death currently, I think. That was really cool though. Like... Oh no, we're not hitting any of our big... No portals, no cityscapes. We'll get rid of Repair and Recharge. Hey, it was pretty cool playing. Yeah, we're looking at 12 in the air. You're actually gonna give Trample? Our opponent just a little bit faster with their ramp deck. Go ahead and block the big old creature. And blam. Alright, well that was still a pretty good, cool hand that we got to play there. Going from reanimating 1/1 with the Multiverse to reanimating all of our creatures, or all of our enchantments, artifacts in our graveyard was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck, and if you did enjoy this deck, please let me know down in the comments below and consider subscribing. I would say if you wanted to make this deck more competitive, you probably want to slant it a little bit more to... I would say actually not even like slant it to like lower cost. I think all you need to do is put in some sweepers, because if you can top deck into a sweeper occasionally, I think that puts you in the place where you just win more games than you probably should. Because like if we had a sweeper there against our opponent, we would have won. Like if we hit a sweeper against our opponent there, we would have swiped his like all of his big creatures, leaving him only with a Planeswalker, and then we would have been able to outvalue them with our pretty crazy set of one with the multiverses. So I think really all you need to make in this deck, maybe to make it a little bit more competitive, is add in a sweeper or two, and you'll win a little bit more. I don't think this deck is foolproof. You're still going to get stomped out by red sometimes. Sometimes the opponent's going to get bigger than you are, faster, because our like solutions are not like necessarily all good catch-alls. Like Portal Phyrexia can kill 3 creatures, but if they have more than 3 creatures, then we're starting to face a little bit more damage than we might like. Cityscape Leveler is really good for picking off specific things, and being like a giant body, but if they have multiple giant bodies, they have Death Touch, or they have multiple particular things that we need to pick off. Like this deck, the one thing it seems to be missing is a way to deal with many creatures. We're good at like coming online with Portal Phyrexia and Cityscape Leveler, one with the Multiverse, but then we just seem to have a little bit problems when the opponents seems to go a little bit wider than us. So that's what I'd say. Letting you know what you think down in the comments below, and I will catch you guys the next time. Have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, and I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Ciao.